Starting Tech News Weekly in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tech News Weekly. I'm your host, Andrew Zarian, and I have my panel with me. Again, 2 weeks in a row. Look at this. We got everybody together. The whole gang is back. Of course, first is John Suncast, the guy who runs everything here at the GFK Network. How you doing, John?
Hello.
How's everything? I like your shirt. I like your shield shirt.
Thanks.
I just noticed it when Josh mentioned it. I was like, oh, yeah, he's wearing a shield shirt. Look at that. It's not some crazy shirt he has. I just want your shirt to just say hello. That's it. With like crayons and markers. Just like go crazy and just write random words on your shirt. That's what I want. Of course, Josh Coleman with us.
It's great to be here. Good afternoon. As always, believe in the shield.
Believe in the shield. I like your headset.
Thank you. Yes. I guess we'll go into that later.
No, go into it now. What happened?
All right. So I've been a huge, not even fan, but have I been pushing this product almost on people?
They call you your type a mark.
A mark. Okay, fine. Audio Technica ATR 2100 USB microphone, which we have raved about. It's ranged anywhere from $24.99 to $98. I saw. The USB, and I don't know how my camera. I mean.
No, yes, keep it still. Yeah, it's focusing in.
Okay, so the little mini USB port is how I connect it to a big USB port on the other side, and it has fallen into the casing. So I need to get a really tiny screwdriver and get those two screws, and hopefully I'll be able to super glue it back in place.
John, didn't yours break also?
No, I just didn't like it.
You just didn't like it. Right. Yeah,
I'm a snob though.
Like I've had problems. Like my my on-off switch broke on mine. I actually should get another one because it's always good to have. And listen, you had a long run with yours. That's like the one you had from like 4 years ago.
Yes, I got this one at that $24.99 price, and this at least 4 years. So yeah, I mean, I really can't complain. But
you cannot complain at that rate. It's less than $10 a year.
Right before a show.
I know that's the annoying part, and that's when it always seems to happen. You know, when technology fails, it fails at the point when you need it the most. And I'll never forget that year, John. The last year we did Blog World. What was it? 2011 and 2012.
2012.
2012. That last year we did it. We had our main production machine die. Like the day before, our main production machine died. My Mac died that day. And I think when we were setting it up, there was a problem with the RAM when we were just about to go live.
Yeah, we had to reseat the RAM.
We had to reseat the RAM. So this is how technology works, guys.
I've had a bad year.
When you need it the most, it's out the window. No hope. So the best thing to do is don't rely on it at all and just go back to a pen and paper. Right? Is that appropriate to say on a show about tech news?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's go into some stories, guys. Windows 10 launching July 29th. This is the official day. July 29th is a day. If you have a Windows machine, anything over Windows 7, I'm hoping you guys have anything over Windows 7. You will see a little flag, a Microsoft flag on the bottom of the desktop of the taskbar.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
You don't like it there. Can you get it out? Can you remove it?
You can remove it if you actually go into Windows Updates and hide the actual update for it.
So you can't
uninstall the update and hide the update.
What does he not like?
The little flag. Do you see it on your Windows machine? The little flag on the bottom.
The little flag tells me when I need to do updates.
Yeah. So the way that it works, no, not that flag. There's like a Microsoft logo now on the bottom.
Oh, that's how I reserve my copy.
Yeah. So you reserve the copy, but it doesn't go away. It stays there.
I look nice.
You like it. You're into it.
I'm okay with it.
You're into it. Okay.
I'm into it.
They need a button that says "Not right now" on this stupid thing. It's for reserving. Right now, all you can do is reserve your free upgrade. If you have Windows 7 or Windows 8 or 8.1, you can reserve your free upgrade. It's supposedly really easy, but there's a lot of questions surrounding the upgrade process itself. But they need a little button on there that says, "I'm not interested right now," so the stupid thing will go away.
Right.
Well, I guess they don't want you to say that.
I don't understand why they just can't do that.
I think because they don't want you to. That's
I don't
why.
want
So this thing is going to be on there for an entire year, unless I hide the update.
Do you know how a Mac update is? It used to bounce on the bottom, telling you there's an update. There's an update. There's an update.
that's
hey,
annoying.
there's an update, guys. Come on, there's an update. Look at me. Look at me. Now it's like a little number on the bottom. It just says like 1 or 2, whatever the update is. So here are the prices, guys. We all know that it's going to be a free upgrade for the first year, at least for the first year.
How is that possible, by the way? When I did the little thing and just reserved it, and I said to you, I don't have to pay for anything, so I went all the way from...
Yeah, because you're a Mac guy. I forgot.
I went from 8 to 10. I didn't even have to pay for 9.
No, you don't have to pay. There is no 9.
I don't understand. Why is there a 9?
You and a lot of other people.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's a great example, okay? Josh knows technology, but he rarely uses a Windows machine and has very little interest in a Windows machine, in a Windows-based computer.
Correct.
You don't hate Windows. You just don't use it. You like your MacBook, and that's what you use. Yep. For gaming purposes, obviously, you use your Windows-based machine. But you're asking a question that most people will ask. Okay, so what happened to 9?
Right.
Well, there is no 9. Why? Because Windows 8 was so awful that they want you to forget about this entire thing entirely, and we're skipping an entire number. So that's a great question you're asking. 2, it is free for the first year at least. I've been asked by every relative this week that got this update, where do I pay? Do I have to pay? How are they going to charge me? Are they going to charge me? A lot of people do not understand that this is a free upgrade. This is a free upgrade.
I had to call you.
You had to call me. You freaked out.
It's a free upgrade.
Like,
why wouldn't you upgrade?
You actually said, is this a virus?
Yeah, I thought it was fake. Because everything I've been told on Windows is that you got to watch out, it's a virus. So I had to call you.
Is it a virus? Well, you know, some may say. So if you are not doing the upgrade and you're looking to buy an OEM version, John, you want to explain what an OEM version is for people who don't know what exactly it is? And why you would buy it?
Original equipment manufacturer, and it's basically just a plain copy that doesn't get released to, you know, big names like Dell and Lenovo.
So it's a pure version. So you buy this if you're
for home builders.
For home builders, yeah, home builders. Or if you don't want to do the upgrade and you just want to do clean installs, for example. Which I don't know how that's going to work. That's still a little up in the air.
Here's what I'm assuming is that the way this reservation system works, and there's no point in doing this right now because there's nothing to happen right now.
There's no line.
You go ahead and you reserve your upgrade, and supposedly on July 29th, it'll automatically download to your computer and ask you when you want to upgrade. And it'll do all that for you almost automatically. And it's at that point you can then upgrade to Windows 10.
Yeah.
But if you want to do like a clean install, you're going to have to wait for Microsoft to release the ISOs for this.
Yeah, which I believe it'll still be the same day. It's going to be on the 29th of July.
There's no telling when they're actually going to do that, though.
I'm guessing it's all going to be around the same time if you want an ISO. It's kind of weird to do an upgrade and not offer the ISO. But Windows 10 Home will
I just
set
don't
you
think
back.
Microsoft has done a very good job of actually explaining what happens when you give them your license key and you upgrade to Windows 10. What happens to that key itself?
Okay, so that Windows 7 license key.
Paul Thurrott has tried to explain this a couple of times on What the Tech, but I still think it's kind of confusing.
Okay, so this is what I know. If you bought a Dell or an HP or an Asus, something that came, you know, with Windows, right? That you don't really have a key, that key is assigned to that machine, you are losing your Windows 7 key. You can downgrade. You could downgrade. It's possible. You can still, if you hate Windows 10, you could go back. But that key, you can't take that Windows 7 key and use it somewhere else. You can, however, downgrade and upgrade as many times as you want.
Yo, here's a new marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Windows 10. This is not a virus.
This is not a virus. That's a great campaign. Brilliant. Brilliant, Combe. So in that case, you don't have that Windows 7 key. It's now Windows 10, but you could downgrade back to Windows 7. If you have a license, an OEM version, something that you bought, if you went to the store and you got, you know, the family pack, for example, you are not losing those licenses. Those licenses still exist. So if that machine gets upgraded to Windows 10, you get a Windows 10 key, but you are not losing your Windows 7 license. Because their philosophy now, their mentality is, if you have the option to upgrade to the latest and the greatest, they're not going to lose business by allowing you to have your Windows 7 key.
It's still confusing because in my situation, I have Windows 7 Ultimate, and it works on multiple computers.
Yes, which it shouldn't, but it does. It shouldn't.
Legally, it works
Yeah.
on
I
multiple
thought it does
computers.
5. I thought you get 5.
No, Ultimate is
Ultimate.
Ultimate is weird because when they initially, do you have the Balmer edition?
It's not the Balmer edition, but I went to one of their launch events and I got a free copy.
Okay. For
So
some
it's one
reason,
of the ones that they handed out for free at their launch event.
Yeah, so with my with that version of Ultimate, I've never had to call and do the automation thing, where it says like put in the key. With all my other versions,
I can activate it as many times as I want on as many computers as I want.
Same here. Same here. I don't know what it was with Ultimate. I don't know if that was.
What I want to do is upgrade one machine to Windows 10, but not the other.
Yes, you do not lose that key.
Good.
You do not lose it. You still keep your key, because that's a problem for me. I have the same exact issue.
So then, if I really needed to, I could still reinstall Windows 7.
Yeah, from clean. Yeah, you can. All you're doing is you're providing. Microsoft is looking at your license to see if it's a valid license, and you're reserving a new key for Windows 10. It's not a trade-in. See, when they initially announced it, they made it.
What they'll actually do is issue a new key.
Yes, you get a brand new key for Windows 10.
Okay, now see, that's not explained anywhere.
Yeah. So
a new key.
Where is that explained? Where does Microsoft explain that when you give them your Windows 7 key or Windows 8 key, they will issue you a new Windows 10 key?
I will tell you where Microsoft wants you to get it explained, and that's at therot.com apparently, because he's the only one that could explain this.
Because I have not seen that explained anywhere.
No, this is coming from Paul, and I'm sure that Paul has the proper information. They haven't really made it clear on what happens. And according to Paul, what happens is you have like your when you upgrade to Windows 10, there's like a port assigned to your ID, so it's assigned to your Microsoft ID. So it'll tell you when you go into the back end. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to tell you your Windows 10 key. And the hope is, we don't know yet, but we're imagining that it's going to say, hey, would you like to download this so you could download the ISO and burn it to a CD if you need to.
They have to.
Now, my other question is, who qualifies for Windows 10 Home and who qualifies for Windows 10 Pro? If you that's
Which
my other
one did I get?
I don't know. What do you have on your machine now? You have Windows 7 or Windows 8?
I have no idea. I had 8.
So I'm guessing if you have the Home Edition of Windows 8 or Windows 7, you go to Home. If you have a Pro or above, you go to Pro.
And isn't there also some sort of enterprise version?
There is, which maybe that's the one I want.
Oh my God.
Because I have Windows 7 Ultimate, which is basically the highest one, or one of the highest ones.
Which Pro is the highest one too? I think with Enterprise, you're allowed more network controls.
So do I get Home? Do I get Pro? Or do I get?
I believe you get Pro.
Version?
You get Pro.
Give up.
I believe you get Pro, which Pro OEM is $199, typical pricing for Microsoft Windows.
Why does this feel like it's so not in control right now? That whole.
It's a new experiment. That's why.
I don't think Microsoft even knows.
Yeah.
Either that, or they've done a very poor job of communicating. Exactly how this is supposed to work.
I mean, they've never really done a great job of communicating. Communicating what their services are and everything has been very. Right. It's never been their forte.
Wait, can we talk about the Microsoft stores? I see them, and I'm like, okay, so they have this giant area that looks just like an Apple store, and they're just spotlighting Surface Pro 3s, and I'm like, that's all that you see is just Surface Pro 3s, and I'm like, that isn't even their best product, and why are they putting so much resources into this?
Because it's the future of what they envision the PC to be.
I can't stand how hard they're pushing those Surface tablets.
I know, it's crazy.
They're pushing them extremely hard with all the commercials and advertising that's out there, and I'm just not understanding the appeal of the Surface.
You know where the Surface is appealing, John? I'll tell you something. Yesterday, Kirk was doing a live spot for Axia, and he was talking about their new LiveWire Plus service, and then there's like a PDF which I sent you, explaining everything and all the different services, and you can run an Axia console, the console piece, on a Surface.
But that's a completely niche
It is. It is.
Right.
Yeah, but it's
demonstration.
it's stuff like that where
The amount of people that are actually going to do that is probably about 5.
5 people are going to run their Axios on a server. You know what? You may be a little too
Might be
high.
over.
And all of them work at Telos.
Yeah, I think you know what? I would say 3. I would say 3 people. Let's go to the other side of this. WWDC is on Monday. It's that time of year where everybody gets up and they start, it's
Losing their mind.
losing their minds and fainting, and they're being touched, and their hands are in the air, and happy days are here again. Apple
They're
Music.
going to get a thrill from Tim Cook up their leg.
Yeah. It's a fascinating event that the press loses their mind and then the developers lose their mind at. Some of the rumors, they've been actually a little tight-lipped about this year's announcement. We have not seen too many leaks come out. Obviously, the Wall Street Journal has been reporting some stories, but overall, it's been much less of a hoopla as we've seen in prior years. Apple Music
But I
Service.
think that's sort of indicative in terms of what they're actually announcing.
Yeah. Apple
I don't
Music
think there's
Service
a whole
is
lot
one.
that they're going to be announcing, and what they are announcing is not going to be anything mind-blowing or breakthrough.
Wall Street
But if you
Journal
take,
is reporting
take iOS
that there's
9,
going
for
to be.
example, they're doing
Yeah.
pretty much the same thing that Android is doing with Android M, where they're going to focus mainly on polishing the existing operating system, iOS 8, and actually fixing the bugs in it, and maybe a couple of new features here and there. One of which is they're talking about this new proactive feature
In
which is
iOS
basically
9?
taking Siri and making it more Google Now-like, where it'll actually be more intuitive and look at what's going on in your life, your contacts, your calendar, etc., your email, and it's going to be contextual and actually give you information and be able to hook into third-party applications to give you more relevant information. And that sounds like is what's going to be the big feature of iOS 9 and basically the big thing for WWDC 2015.
Yeah, so it's generally going to be more of a polished OS, bug fixes, and probably that notification like Google Now that they're talking about. It's a far matured operating system, obviously. We're not going to see these crazy leaps that we had in prior years. They just recently redid the look, obviously, 2 years ago. So we're not going to get this refresh. But we are going to get a refresh maps. No, they don't need to. They don't need to. So smarter Siri, refresh map, bug fixes, native watch apps is rumored.
I think one of the things that they do need to work on is just the fact that watch applications basically still run on the iPhone.
Yeah, which kind of you still need 2 devices after all.
Yeah.
Native watch apps. Now the other big story was Apple TV. We were going to finally get a refresh, brand new Apple TV. Well, the New York Times is saying that we're not going to get it. It's not ready for prime time. There's a couple issues.
According to sources that they've spoken with, is that it's just not ready for prime time. Not only the hardware, but also the TV service that's been rumored for many years isn't ready. And those were the 2 of the big things that a lot of people were expecting from WWDC 2015. At the very least, was Apple TV hardware.
Yeah,
because it's been over 2 years since we've seen new hardware.
All 3 of us. TV. All 3. I mean, yes. Josh, how many times have you said, "I wish there was a new Apple TV because this one is so slow"?
I have 3 that are sitting in a drawer down here because the Amazon Fire TVs are just so much more efficient and speedy that it's almost like, why have one connected to a TV now?
Now, I do like what Apple does with the interface. It's far more organized than Apple TV, than Fire TV. What?
You can't add, like, I'm not picking what apps I want on this Apple TV.
No, that's the problem.
So insane.
So the rumors were that we're going to get an opened app store specifically for the Apple TV. We were going to get much faster hardware, obviously. We were going to get this streaming television service that was rumored to be around $30 a month. I don't know which part of this is not ready. Have they said which part? Is it the streaming
wait a
service?
minute. This would have never have happened with Steve Jobs.
Well, I think they would have happened with Steve Jobs. I don't think we would have had. It would have been delayed as much.
No, probably not. It's really sad that it's been over 2 years now, and it doesn't sound like we're going to get any new hardware for the Apple TV anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, Curtis B is saying
at this point, it's time to start writing it off. I think they've really have made it last as long as possible with as many updates and new services that they've added to it. But those are basically just band-aids for extending the longevity of its existing hardware.
Yeah, Curtis B is saying that the the WWDC 2015 invite is somewhat of a silhouette of the Apple TV.
Is it really?
Yeah. So, and you could see it like it's like an overhead shot of the Apple TV kind of in there. You know, that rounded square look. But it's interesting that I'm thinking that was going to be the big announcement, and they just couldn't get it together.
Wow.
They just couldn't get it together at the last minute.
Yeah,
and it's very disappointing because they are now falling behind. The more Amazon gets these deals, the more all these other companies start getting deals. You know, Roku's
that Fire
doing
TV
well.
is awesome.
It's great. It's great.
Can I talk about something that I just got for the first time? I mean, this is 2015, right? This is, and I don't think I've even told you this, is the first time I own a Kindle. And can I say this little device does one thing so well, and it's gotten me to love reading again. And I just love that Amazon has everything is connected well, just like Apple, but they're doing it more streamlined now, and I think better than Apple in a way.
Yeah, no, I think that Amazon is doing a great job. The problem is we have not seen any updates with the Amazon Fire TV either. So it's
true.
They're not as committed to the brand because the brand has not been proven yet. So, and I don't think any of them are committed except for Roku. You know, Roku puts out one every 2 years, so it's taking a while for them too. We're not going to.
There was an article today that came out and said that the Fire TV is one of the favorite set-top boxes among U.S. consumers.
Yeah, I'm looking here. Engadget had a story.
They were doing. Remember that push? They were dropping the price of it. I think it got as low as $79 during a gold deal box or whatever. So they did a nice push when it was, I think, a month after it was released.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Fire Stick, though, I feel bad for people who bought that.
It's slow. Yeah, it's not that great.
No.
Do you have a Fire Stick, John, or a Fire?
Just a regular Fire TV.
Okay. The stick is
I didn't even
sluggish.
bother with the stick. I mean, the stick is probably fine for your mom or dad or something like that.
Amazon
just
Fire
to get them into the environment.
Amazon's Fire TV is a hit amongst U.S. customers. This is on Engadget. This is Strategy Analytics, which had the story, and it's apparently picked up a lot of steam over the last couple months. So
now, if you're Google, are you happy that the Fire TV is excelling because it's basically your OS?
No, you're not, because they have their own exactly. It's almost exactly the same thing.
Interesting.
They just can't market it properly, and nobody wants to do business with them. And there was another story, John. Right? There's a music service.
Yeah, there's been that music service that has been rumored for a while now too for Apple. We've been hearing a lot of rumors over the past couple of months of Apple actually signing artists for some sort of radio service. It looks like it's going to actually debut at WWDC, excuse me, and it's going to be priced at about $10 per month, which puts it in the same line as Beast Music, Spotify, RDO, and Tidal in terms of pricing.
$10 a month.
But I guess they're going to try and do this whole iTunes radio thing again with actual radio and actual DJs. So I find very interesting is that they're actually going to, instead of having a free tier, much like Spotify, they're actually going to have a radio station-like service where they're going to have Dr. Dre and other big-time DJs come in and do programming.
Like live programming or pre-recorded programming?
I'm guessing it's going to be pre-recorded.
Yeah, because this could be a serious
they list
problem
Dr. Dre, Q-Tip, and Drake. None of whom I give a crap about, by the way.
I don't need. You know what though?
Like
this could be a
Q-Tip.
serious contender for satellite radio.
Dr. Dre and Drake.
Yeah, but John, I mean, when you look at satellite radio and what they're doing, right? It's some of the content is live, but a lot of it has been done. It's canned stuff that they're playing. This could be a serious competitor with satellite radio, where at times it's $24 a month for satellite radio.
Yeah.
Can we please get
and
Drake
with CarPlay coming?
Request Live.
What do you want, John?
Total Request Live.
TRL with Carson Daly.
Yeah.
Painting his pinky nail black. What do you think? So you're a big Spotify guy.
So
Cole.
big.
Yeah. So tell me how you feel about this.
It's just another service. I mean, if you don't have one of these services, you should get one. And I think the most interesting part is that we're going to see cars at the end of this year, 2015, coming out with the Android operating system and the iOS operating or CarPlay, whatever.
Yeah.
So these services, it's going to get heated. My only thing I don't understand is why would Apple not come in at $8.99 a month just to try to get people away from those other services? I don't get that.
I agree.
It's just another
Spotify
service.
at this moment has been running.
Someone's fighting in front of my house.
The Duggars?
Hold on. Let's go. I gotta go see this.
What?
Hold on. There's a fight.
A real fight? Knives?
And of course, he doesn't take the camera with him.
Because no one wants to see what.
So he actually leaves us to go and do the show.
So yeah, I really love my Amazon Kindle. You know what book I'm reading, everyone? Since I can talk about it, if you haven't read Ready Player One, I highly recommend it. If you were in my generation of growing up around the 80s, 90s, and
there was a fight in front of my house.
Great, thanks for taking the camera.
Yeah, my neighbor's pit bulls just attacked two teenagers. The greatest thing I've ever seen. Greatest thing. Sorry about that.
I think it's going to be very much a demewed Apple type of announcement this year. I don't think there's going to be nearly as much excitement. And it's kind of sad because, in a way, I feel like we're due for some sort of excitement from one of these announcements because over the past, I think, 2 years, none of us have really been too impressed with any of the keynotes.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I don't like to pick the side where I'm super, super excited, and I don't want to be the guy that's the cynic and says everything sucks. I like to play down the middle whenever we have these announcements. I don't really get overly emotional about anything because that's not my job to do that.
What's been memorable to you from these keynotes over the past couple of years?
That's that's where I was going with this. It has not been that memorable. It's been maintenance updates, pretty much. Listen, the iPhone 6 is a great phone. That was a big announcement for them. The fact that they have the 6 and the 6 Plus, they went with a larger screen, that's great. But I'm not really crazy about Touch ID. I'm not really crazy about, I'll tell you something. That new MacBook is beautiful, but it's really slow, and it's not for me.
Well, it's using old processors.
It's using a slowed processor. I mean, and
they haven't updated the processor in 2 years.
Well, listen, I mean, the MacBook Pros, they haven't really done much with. It's been disappointing. It's been these slow changes, and I understand that, but we are coming to a point that there has to be a major change. There has to be a major update somewhere.
I think Sundar should just come out on stage with Tim Cook. The crowd pops, and then all of a sudden he puts his hand in his pocket and he pulls out an iPhone, and people go crazy and lose their mind.
iPhone 18.
Oh wait, this isn't Matt, man.
An iPhone 18.
No, you guys are 100% right about this. I mean, what is the next step? I mean, don't you feel like these will eventually be our computers that we slide into different things?
Well, I've been saying that for the longest time. The future of computing.
When's that coming?
The future of computing is you have your phone and you just dock it. You have this general dock in your house, and all these devices light up. Where everything is a dummy. It's just a dummy.
I just don't think the technology is there to do that just yet. Though.
No, I mean, I'm talking 20 years from now, 10 years from now. This is
for sure.
20 years from now, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be no question about having fanless CPUs. It's just going to be a dummy board with a keyboard and screen, and everything's going to be powered through the air.
Keyboard? I think voice is really going to get better.
No more keyboards. That's your prediction.
No, just completely talk to the computer.
Just like a lunatic. You're just talking all day.
Hey, it was great seeing you yesterday. Give me a call. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Send.
Well, that's what Xfinity is doing.
What are they doing?
If you look at their X1 entertainment system, they're really pushing their new boxes and their new remote controls, which have voice features in it. So you talk to your remote. And not only that, but they're also doing Skype and webcam integration now.
I saw that.
It's very weird, and I'm trying to understand their purpose for this because it just seems like you're tacking on features for the sake of saying we can do this and we can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the Xfinity commercials where they have I think my grandson is coming on TV, and it's just them doing some show or weird show. that basically you can connect X1 DVRs together to actually view people without
That's so
having to
weird.
really go over like Skype or something.
That's so bizarre. Yeah. I mean, they're all trying something. They're all trying some sort of angle. Also, by the way, before we forget, Showtime's cord-cutting service will be launching in July on Apple.
Wow.
Just like HBO Now, it's coming to iOS products, Apple TV, iPhone, iPads, all of them, and plus through the web. It's going to be $10.99 a month, and you get a 30-day free trial. Some of the popular shows,
Wait,
obviously.
that's cheaper than HBO, right? Isn't HBO Go $14.99?
I don't know. How much is it?
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh, that's good. Competition in the market.
Yeah.
I just stood up for that. Thank God you didn't put the camera on me.
Do a belly clap.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see that being announced, and we're gonna get it in July on Apple devices.
This is just my concern is that here we are. Look at how many things have a $10 subscription charge these days.
Right.
So you're gonna have $10 for Hulu. You're gonna have $10 for Spotify or iTunes. You're gonna have $25 for the music service, matching service. Then you're gonna have $14 for HBO. Then you're gonna have $11 for
You don't like that?
Showtime, and then you're gonna have $25 for Sling TV. So there you are. You're spending $120 per month on subscription services.
That's better than my $220 cable bill.
Yeah, I mean, mine is around the same thing too.
Rather have that.
But here's the thing: at the end of the day, you have to look at what's your monthly cost going to be, and is there going to be that much of a difference? So if you have Hulu, right, that's $10. You have, I'm just going to random up. You have Hulu, $10. You have Apple TV.
WWE Network.
Sorry. You have the WWE Network. That's $10.
Which is incredible and has changed. Are they going to get the credit? I mean, that's one of the first monthly subscription channels that I think I was completely involved in where, well, granted, yes, the first year was just all the stuff they had, and now they do exclusive and special only network events. But I love that whole subscription. I mean, hopefully there'll be more and more, so then the market gets better where we're paying $4.99 and $3.99 for networks instead of $9.99 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, you're going to pay $50, right? Let's say.
Yes,
well, no, even more. Let's say $60 a month you're gonna pay.
Oh, total and all your subscriptions?
Totally, yeah. Like you add up all the subscriptions,
right?
And that's without MLB. That's without all that stuff. At one point, you're gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna pay $100. I'm gonna pay $125, and I'm gonna get everything. On top, and then I could cut out one of these. I could cut out Hulu. I could cut out whatever. It really
it's
depends.
sort
on the
of a la carte, but sort of still very much limited, in my opinion, in terms of content that you're getting.
Well, Verizon is now offering an a la carte service where you could kind of pick two packages, and that's your package. I cannot get pricing for the life of me. They've made it very complicated on their site to kind of pick and choose how much is it going to cost, what you're getting exactly.
Because it makes you make different choices, and that what changes the pricing. It's really strange why they did it that way.
So they kind of don't want you to,
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Get it. They want you to get whatever.
The other problem is I think the operating systems that we have to use with these cable boxes are so frustrating that it's worth it to pay a little bit more to have a network that I'm paying $9.99 a month because it's going to be reliable on every device that I'm on because they have an app.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, John, what else do we have?
So we have an update to a story we talked about last week, and that was Hot Topic by ThinkGeek. But now that apparently is not true.
No.
Because now it appears that GameStop is going to buy ThinkGeek. Apparently, they've somehow snatched up ThinkGeek from Hot Topic's clutches by offering to pay much more compared to Hot Topic. Hot Topic was offering to pay $17.50 per share for ThinkGeek, whereas GameStop is pledging to buy the company's shares at $20 per share.
Wow. And on top of this, there will be a termination fee that Hot Topic is receiving due to them choosing not to go with them. So Hot Topic made out.
Very last-minute thing because everybody thought this was a done deal. It was done.
Yeah.
And here we are a week later talking about GameStop. Now, I wonder how much of a difference this makes to people that were upset with Hot Topic buying ThinkGeek. Are they happier with GameStop buying them?
I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Josh?
I think that this increases the life of a GameStop and is going to destroy a Hot Topic type business not being able to get this merger to happen. I mean, this GameStop is really trying to diversify. I don't know if you guys did the story before about how they're really trying to get into the retro gaming market now by they're going to soon be you'll be able to buy Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 consoles and games.
So copies or the originals?
The originals.
No, but how about the consoles? You're going to buy original consoles?
Yeah, consoles, right.
So is Nintendo producing Super Nintendos again?
No, they have such a massive supply of them because of all the people that return things over the years that they're going to start offering that at their stores. So it'll become more of like a specialty shop too. Because I mean, the digital gaming market is really taking off.
What was that store when we were kids? Funko Land. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they bought them.
Who bought Funko Land?
GameStop. It was all part of the Babbages and Funko Land.
Yeah.
Becoming GameStop.
I remember the commercial. Funko Land. 1-800 Funko Land. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember Funko Land? John, did you have a Funko Land?
I've never heard of a Funko Land before.
Funko Land. It was probably like a northeastern thing. It was a gaming store. Right? They used to call it a Funko Land Superstore.
Pawn shop.
And yeah, essentially it was a pawn shop for video games. And you used to go there and they used to give you like a penny a game.
There's all types of those places still today.
Yeah. They used to give you like a penny a game.
Replays, media replay.
Yeah, they were around for a couple of years. So
anyway,
yeah.
Bye, Hot Topic. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a future they have left. John, one more story you have there, and then we'll wrap it up.
So here's a name you might remember from the 90s called Lycos.
Yeah, what happened to that?
They're trying to make a comeback with a suite of connected devices. I'm sure you guys remember Lycos. We're all old enough to remember the 90s and internet. Apparently, they want to have a couple of wearables and home security devices, all designed to work in conjunction with each other based on your personal data. To start with, Lycos is launching an activity tracker that's scheduled to be available on June 8th, as well as a smart ring. And that's kind of smart in a loose way by saying that, well, this smart ring or life ring is really just going to be a couple of NFC chips in it to allow you to communicate to some other devices.
I can't believe how they're still around. I went to their website. What are they using for their search engine? Because they don't have a search engine, do they?
I heard it was 90s results.
All the results from the 90s?
Yeah. They haven't updated their index?
I put in Shock Jocks. It's just a picture of Mancow and Howard Stern.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting the old BBS, links.
Podcast, you get Adam Curry.
So if I go to Lycos right now, what's their search engine now? What are they powered by?
Oh. They're probably grabbing from Bing or Yahoo, somebody like that.
It kind of looks like
Do they still have a Lycos.com?
Yeah, I'm there right now.
I was surprised that they're still doing stuff. I thought they were just somebody bought Lycos and then just left it up for, nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, it kind of. I believe this is big.
Apparently, they're also coming out with an activity that's going to be much like a wristband with a digital clock and the ability to track sleep, and it has a heart rate monitor packaged into it.
Wow, I'm curious to see what that's like.
I mean, is this something you guys are interested in? I mean, one of them's going to the Life Ring and activity tracker is going to be $60 and $125 respectively.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you buy a wearable from a company that was big in the 90s, but not so much now?
See, that's the problem. Like, why is this place not doing like a Kickstarter so it gets all the hipster hype?
And are they making, or are they just branding a Lycos branded, ring?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious to see what it is. What were some other web browsers in the 90s?
Ask Jeeves.
You had Ask Jeeves. You had Webcrawler.
Webcrawler was huge.
And I believe Ask Jeeves became just No, it is. It's Ask.com. It became Ask.
Ask.
Webcrawler. What else do we have?
What else are there? There were so many.
Alta Vista.
There was that Meta one. Metacrawler or something.
Yeah. What was the other one? Alta Vista.
Alta Vista.
What happened to Alta Vista? Which one was the one that was all piracy? You could search for pirated stuff.
I think it was Webcrawler.
No. It was like Hasta La Vista.
LexisNexis?
Oh, God. There were so many of them.
Nexus, or you're one of us?
There were so many of them.
I just find it so weird that Lycos is trying to make a comeback with something that's just completely bizarre and from left field.
Yeah, and Yahoo
would you have expected
services.
Lycos to come out and have a comeback with wearables and connected devices.
I don't know.
I'm worried about Yahoo.
You never know. I mean, I doubt it, but you never know. They got to try something. They still have a couple bucks left. Look at Yahoo. Yahoo's hanging on for dear life.
Dear life. I think their best thing they do might be Yahoo Sports.
Yahoo Sports. Yeah, they have some properties that are pretty decent, but they're also shutting down a bunch of properties. They have a TV service that's trying to become like a Hulu competitor, and it's the most convoluted. I just don't understand what this thing is.
Yahoo Screen?
Yahoo Screen. There you go.
I watched a series on it, actually.
What do you watch on there?
I watched what was it called? It was in outer space, and it had the girl from the AT&T commercials.
Okay, what devices can you watch it on?
I watched it on the Fire.
On the Fire TV. There's a Yahoo app on the Fire TV that you watch it on.
I think John's right. I think it's called Second Screen.
No, screen.yahoo.com.
Yahoo Screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very confusing. I just don't understand it.
They don't promote it very much on their main page either.
No.
I mean, because they dabble in so many different things that they have a hard time focusing on one thing.
Listen, that main page is like a Turkish bazaar.
Doesn't it look like it's from the 90s, the Yahoo homepage?
Yeah, that's strategic.
Well, they screwed up their logo, for one.
You hate the new logo.
Oh, God, it's awful.
I remember that. You lost your mind when they did that. I remember you got so
Let's make our
angry.
Yahoo logo even worse.
Oh.
I love that. Yeah. So let's see what happens with Yahoo.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at some of their properties now. They got the health. They got health. This is for whoever does not understand computers and this is their portal to the internet and what happened in the world.
So sad.
Yeah.
I think my Yahoo was my homepage back in the early 2000s.
Mine too. I stuck with Yahoo for a long time.
I think I still have a Yahoo Mail account.
No, I think all of us do.
And the other thing is, you'd think they would really work on their mobile apps. I mean, Flickr was the program I used when we all had digital cameras, and now I would never go on Flickr now. Like, it's so weird.
Flickr has a. I'll tell you something. Flickr, if you're a photographer and you're into this, they have some really good groups on there.
Right.
I'll tell you something. There's like a studio, home building. Look at my podcast studio or look at my home office group there. And I posted a picture of GFQ, our studio. We got like tens of thousands of views on there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still very active for the people that are using it.
I used it last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they still have some nice features for Flickr. If you're a serious digital photography type of person, Flickr is still very much an area of interest. For example, I did a bunch of scans of actual physical photographs, and I decided I would back them up to Flickr because Flickr offered like a terabyte of free storage, and I could upload the original resolution, which you can't do with Google Photos.
Wait,
unless you want to pay for space.
Google Photos,
unless you pay for it. Unless you pay for it.
Maybe I pay for it then. Google Photos, I am like in love with since it came out now. Like it's become my default.
It's better, but I think they still have areas where they need to improve. For example, I also use OneDrive. OneDrive makes it so much easier to make albums and share things from their application on iOS. Where I still have trouble in the Google Photos app on my phone and trying to create albums and share things.
Did you get the cool movies that it automatically makes for you and slideshows?
I don't care about any of that stuff.
He doesn't care about it. You love that stuff.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I was getting like amazing.
I just want to be able to create albums and share photos easily. And they still make that a little bit difficult from doing that in the app.
Yeah,
at least just getting like a link to the photo and sending it to people. That's still difficult to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting close.
OneDrive is so much easier. It's just so much easier to get a link for a photo.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it for this week. We're gonna wrap it up. Hey, if you're into Apple stuff, or if you just want to watch us talk about Apple stuff, watch our WWDC coverage starting at 1 p.m. East on Monday. It'll be John, myself, and maybe someone else. We don't know yet.
I'll be in the chat room.
You'll be in the chat room. Somebody else.
Paul
Thurrott. Just us crapping on the product. Guys, go to our website, gfqnetwork.com. Subscribe to the podcast. We also have a dedicated YouTube page now for each and every one of our shows. So hit the subscribe button on all of them. Every single one, even if you hate the show. Yeah. Every single one has a YouTube page.
Let's talk about your Fire app. How incredible that is now.
Yeah, we got a Amazon Fire app. You can watch us live on the Fire TV. You can watch us on demand on the Fire TV. You can watch us live and on demand on the Roku. You can watch us live via the Daily Motion app on Android TV. I believe we have an Android app coming, and it's just waiting for final approval in the Google App Store. So we're going to be on the tablet. We're going to be on, let's see if it's available yet. No, it's not available yet. That's coming soon, probably the next couple of weeks. We have a lot of stuff in store for you guys. Subscribe to us. We're everywhere podcasts are available. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Zarian. You can follow John at Suncast. And, of course, Josh is at Culmination on Twitter. And we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye for now.